There we go to Tobago, not paradise, one by Robinson Crusoe. And it is said it's the land of the...
Emmanuel Stewart, captain of the Windward Islands team at the 2015 WICB THA under 17 cricket tournament. Emmanuel, a captain's knock today, 103 to lead your team to victory over Barbados. First thing, tell us about the performance of your team today.
Well, I thought the guys performed really well. Knowing that we never really had a camp on any time together, I was really impressed by how the guys came together and play as a team, one unit. I just want to commend them for that. I thought the Bajans were very good at the start, pushing us back. But then I came in to my partner and built a partnership and we my team back in the game.
Your thoughts on your performance today?
I thought it was a good performance, captain's knock. I still have room for improvement. I just went out there and I stick to the basic because I already know what I have to do, and I just went out there and execute my plans.
Looking ahead to tomorrow's game, tell us about what you're going to take from today's game into that game tomorrow.
Well, knowing that I have experience from last year, I just want to take one step at a time in everything I tend to do. So
and your team, what is your team going to take from today's performance?
Well, my team, we just have to continue doing what we do best. One for all and all for one, and just play as one unit and support one another, and everything is going to be right.
What areas do you think will need to be improved on for tomorrow's game?
Well, the performances today, I think the guys, we played well under pressure. So I just think we just have to hone in our skills, all departments, and just improving all departments.
Coming into this year's tournament, what was the expectation of your team?
Well, knowing that in the last 3 years of the tournament, this year making it the fourth, we have been very consistent. We are always up there in the first three. So I think people are looking out for us, and we don't want to let them down. So we just want to keep performing and do what we do best, and hopefully we perform good in this year, good enough to lift the trophy.
Mr. Thomas, your team played against Barbados today. Tell us about your thoughts on the performance of your team in that game.
I think we had a wonderful performance today. We scored 231, bowled Barbados for 116, winning by 112 runs. I think this is commendable. And of course, I want to personally congratulate the captain, Emmanuel Stewart, who scored 103 not out today. I think he showed that he's a class above what I saw today, and of course we expect a lot of good things from him.
What do you think made the difference or gave your team the edge in the game today?
We batted very well, posting a total over 200, lost only 4 wickets, and I think the fielding part of our cricket stood out and really we were able to restrict the Bajans to just about 116.
Despite the win, what areas do you think still needs improving?
I still think the out cricket needs some improvement in terms of some of the things I saw in the field. But generally, I think we're where we want to be at this point in time, and I just hope that we can continue those good performances, throughout the rest of the games.
What is the plan going into tomorrow's game?
Well, we play Guyana. Of course, we will discuss how we approach this. Last year we beat Guyana, and of course we will be looking to do the same. We played Livingstone, where we are well supported. So I'm hoping that that support can encourage a very good performance from the boys against Guyana.
Your thoughts on this year's tournament? What are the expectations of your team?
Well, what I can say is every team, or every time you come here to take part in the under-17s, you first of all, you want individual performances that can help in the development of the players, and really allow the West Indies selectors and the officials who can influence the development of those players to take a good look at them. While somebody may say that winning is important, but to me, as long as the players can show improvement in the way they play, in the way they think about what they do when they play, to me this is very critical for me as a coach. So it's really about development. Of course, if you do well, eventually you're probably going to raise the silverware.
Najee, your team lost today against the Windward Islands in the opening match. Tell us your thoughts on your team's performance today.
Well, today at first the bowling was not as bad, a bit too much extras, so we had to. So they gave us a total of 231, so we had to chase 231 to win. We didn't start off as good as we should, but it was a decent start. But then, as the wickets started falling, it was 72 for 2, I think, and then we just crumbled from there.
What do you think was responsible for the crumble or the fall, the collapse?
Well, I don't think the boys concentrated as hard as they should, and they kept hitting the ball in the air. I think it would have been better if they kept the ball in the ground, knocked it around, and worked with what they had.
Okay, looking ahead to your team's next encounter on the second day of competition tomorrow. Tell us what's the plan?
Well, to be honest, we only have to work on our fielding. The bowling was not as bad. The fielding and the batting.
All right, what would you learn for your team lessons from today's game?
Just to keep it simple. I think we tried too much big shots, and where we needed to knock around the ball. And for the fielding, it's simple. We try to do like dive in and things when balls were right there to just easily stop. We did the extraordinary. We could have just kept it simple.
Okay, you were part of the team last year. Tell us about, what from last year, the experience last year going to help you and your team this year.
The experience last year helped me like telling the boys what the pitch is like.
Okay.
Help with my experience of last year would just help on the boys and to encourage them to do better.
What's the goal of your team for the tournament, for the tournament?
Obviously the goal is to win the tournament, so we just continue to play our game, hope for the best, win the other 4, and hope for the best.
All right, thanks.
Right.
Mr. Pukerin, your team lost its first game here today against the Windward Islands. Tell us first thing your thoughts on your team's performance.
Well, I don't think we had a basically good day today. We bowled at them pretty well and we restricted them to 231. And then we were batting pretty decent early and we went to 70 odd for 2. And then we had a mighty collapse, so 119 all out.
What do you think was responsible for the collapse?
Well, I think the guys, they didn't bat in partnerships, we didn't bat properly. And the guys, they were in a hurry. I think basically what we needed to do is rotate the stripe and keep that momentum going. But going forward, I think the guys should learn from this experience and we should do a lot better.
In your second game against the Windward Islands tomorrow, what are the plans going into that game?
Well, our plans are, we came here as defending champions and our initial plan was to win all 5 games. We've lost the first game, and our plans haven't changed. We've got to win all 4 remaining games.
How many of these players are returning, and how that experience you think are going to help this year?
Well, 2 players are remaining from last year, the captain Najee Holder and number 3 batsman Lamar Pierce. And we have a few young guys, and I think they're more than capable enough to doing the job.